You can go in a lot of public places now and see what's called artwork like that. But the word is porneia from the Greek. Porneia. And that word, porneia, or fornication, I listed all the things it stands. See, a lot of people, they have the tendency to, a lot of Christians try to say, well, you know, fornication, that's just sex between unmarried people. No, fornication covers all sexual sin. Adultery is a form of fornication. It's like this, if I can put it simply. All adultery is fornication, but all fornication is not adultery. Fornication covers the entire gamut of any kind of sexual sin you want to think of, any kind of perversion you want to think of, including sodomy and homosexuality and all those things. So he says sexual immorality or fornication. The next word he comes up with is wickedness. Now it's interesting that the Greek for wickedness here is porneia. It sounds a lot like the Greek word we just mentioned a while ago. Porneia. It means depravity, iniquity, wicked acting of the evil nature or criminal. And again, we're in that day and time when people are calling that as good wicked and that is wicked good. Wickedness, he said, depravity, iniquity, wicked acting of the evil nature, criminal. And people are calling, I mean, you know, I know everybody's heard Jesse Smollett this past week. I've heard it when it first happened a few weeks ago, but they heard Jesse Smollett, y'all heard the news this week about now he's facing 3 years in prison, and rightfully so. I mean, the man concocted and made and planned all this stuff just for his own purposes and intents. And when I'll tell you, I'll just be honest with you, when I first heard the story, I thought to myself, something don't add up with that. And all the news media started immediately, they started diving in on it, you know, and talking about, oh, he was a victim of a hate crime and all this kind. And couldn't find out he staged the whole thing. But now, I even heard this week, you got people, mostly on the left, who are now, they're still trying to proclaim him as a hero. Can you believe that? They're trying to say, well, he brought attention to that, you know, to the hate crime stuff. No, he didn't. He brought attention to himself. It didn't have anything to do with that. That wasn't what he was trying. That wasn't what he set out to do. And now there's someone trying to make him out of here. And some of them are even trying to make him out to be the victim, believe it or not. But that's where we are now, where criminal activity is now some people trying to put a different spin on when it's criminal. But, well, Lord, I can camp out here. Well, I got to move on. Then the next word that he gives us, covetousness. That means intense lust for gain. I would say we're in that day here. Intense lust for gain. We're in a day and an hour when people will stab anyone they can in the back of it. It means they're going to move up the ladder. And look here, that ain't just in the business realm, that's in the church realm. That's in church politics. If people think that they can get a promotion, they think they can get a certain job they wanted, and it takes stabbing somebody in the back to do so, or doing whatever is necessary, then they'll do it. And that kind of spirit don't belong to church. Not at all. And so, covetousness, intense lust for gain. Maliciousness. It means a vicious disposition and desires. Vicious disposition and desires. Maliciousness. We all pretty much know what that word means. And there's not a whole lot. It's kind of self-explanatory, so I'm going to move on.